Hello internet. Today's the day I'm going to get caught up in all those book opinions I owe you. So today we're going to talk about The Abyss Surrounds Us by Emily insert here. I tried to look up her last name because I could not remember this and I read it on ebook, but the internet, yeah, it wasn't working for me. So I'll just put it on screen so you know who wrote this book. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you I did not really enjoy this book. I thought this book was horrible for various reasons. I thought the main character was very unrealistic. Now, one thing you're going to know about me when I go and explain things about books, I never remember the characters' names. I remember maybe one or two characters at most, even if I really like the book. So I'm going to give these characters nicknames like this is some sort of story time, and you're just going to have to follow along. So the premise of this book is that we're in this type of world after some dystopian sort of thing happened. Now, we're not in a dystopian novel, but something has happened and the way society is run is changed from how it does today. So they've gone back to more ship-based shipments. So they focus more on sea and they heavily rely on the sea. Now, because of that, piracy, in the old-time definition of piracy, has come back, very prevalent all around. So the world governments, to kind of combat this new piracy, have come up with kraken-like beings. They're not really krakens, but I'm gonna call them krakens. They're like the Japanese monsters, whose name I can't remember. Point is, really big sea creatures. There are several types, but in this book, it mainly focuses on this turtle-type kraken. Our main character over here, Kraken Trainer. So Kraken Trainer has been growing up in a facility all of her life where she is taught how to raise krakens, how to treat them, how to train them, how to signal them protecting the ship that they're bonding to. So these krakens are born, bred, raised, and trained to protect government ships from pirates. Pirates come close, the kraken is told to attack and destroy anything that would potentially harm its ship, all in the directions of the Kraken Trainer. So our little 18-year-old Kraken Trainer, well, it's her first time. She is now actually going to go out into the field. She's going to leave the facility. This is her first mission out. She's going to go with a Kraken that she's known forever, that's like her really good friend. And then on the first day out with this little cruise ship, they get attacked. She gets attacked by pirates. Now, the thing about it is that because the government is so strict, they want to make sure that these krakens are in government hands and not over there protecting pirate ships. They keep secrecy very important. So kraken trainers, if they are ever supposed to get captured, they're supposed to take a cyanide pill and kill themselves, so any information they have about raising krakens is kept secret and never gets into the wrong hands. Of course, Kraken Trainer Jr. over here decides to take 50 years to take her cyanide pill. Now, this is where I first started to have a problem with her. While I understand not wanting to die, like, of course, I understand this was her first time, of course she was hesitant, of course she doesn't automatically want to kill herself. She was also ingrained with this idea. She has been raised with this concept that no matter what, if she ever gets captured, she is supposed to eat this pill and die. But she takes too long. She's like, oh, I'm gonna do it, but you clearly see she's never going to do it until someone comes in and smacks it out of her hand. Like, you can tell that she was never going to do what she had sworn, what she had been raised for 18 years to do. She failed in her training and she doesn't even feel the least bit bad. Like, she feels relieved. And again, I completely understand, but it struck me odd, right? It struck me odd that for 18 years this girl has been conditioned to think this way, conditioned heavily. This has been her life. This has been all she knows. And automatically no. And she has never before this point ever given any hint that she wouldn't agree with the rules of life that she has been taught with. So it's kind of like, whoa, just out of nowhere you all of a sudden are changing a philosophy that was ingrained into you. And while of course you grow and you change how you perceive things, it is very difficult when it is ingrained into you for a very long time. And for her to automatically have changed how she felt or not hesitated so horribly on something that she was ingrained to do. It just was like, whoa, okay, girl. But then I continued. She gets captured by these pirates. She fails to kill herself, and then she discovers that these pirates have captured her because they actually stole one of these kraken eggs, and they want her to raise this so that the kraken bonds to their ship and they have their very own kraken defense being. Now, she of course really doesn't want to go along with this plan because, again, the morals that she has been taught, the philosophy that she has been taught is pirates are bad. We keep the kraken so that we can protect our shipments and our peoples from being pillaged and killed by pirates. Well, while she's on this pirate ship, everybody's like, the pirate captain, this female pirate captain, just like beats into her, like threatens her, like, you can tell that this girl, like little kraken girl over here, doesn't have very long to live. Like, she could be off at any point. This woman does not really care how important she is or how integral she is to the plan of raising a kraken. This pirate lady is like, you don't do what I say, I will kill you. And one of the best things that this pirate lady does is how she manipulates the girl's mind. She constantly feeds our little kraken girl the idea that the government and kraken trainers aren't that much better than pirates. They still kill pirates, they murder pirates. Pirates are just trying to live their life, and here the government and these kraken people are going and killing pirates, right? They're off here killing pirates. These pirates are just trying to live their life. And when I understand that, and I understand where that woman's coming from, it still struck me as odd when Kraken Girl over here automatically latched onto that concept. She automatically was like, oh yes, Pirate Queen's right over here. Yes, I'm just as bad as the pirates because I would be responsible for deaths at the hand of pirates by having this Kraken and training it to attack pirate ships. And I was like, first of all, you have been raised one way your whole life. You have no hesitation in believing this woman and what she says. Like, this girl does not hesitate. Like, she automatically is like, oh, well, I guess she sort of is right. I guess so. And then she's like, no, she can't be. But then progressively, she keeps reminding herself that this savage pirate queen who clearly just wants what she wants and will kill this girl at any moment, she's like, yeah, she must be right. Like, I'm like, do you not see that that woman does not have your best interests at heart? She's not trying to teach you a new philosophy or good and evil in the world. She just wants to manipulate you into doing what she wants. And next, I don't even think the Pirate Queen's white, and I think it was just stupid for the girl to automatically go along. Well, I understand what the Pirate Queen's going for. The government is responsible for many deaths of the pirates. The pirates are still criminals. They understand what they're getting into when they choose their life or when they have to get into life. Maybe they don't have a choice, but when they sign up for this, when they go into this, they know what the consequences are, right? Next, in no way has it ever been proven or shown in this book that in any case the government uses these krakens solely to go after pirates. It's always explained, even with the pirates, that it's more pirates attack a ship, that ship has a kraken, the kraken defends the ship that it is bonded to, and attacks the pirates. The most that they do is preemptively strike the pirates that will not respond when they say, hey, we're hailing you, what are you guys doing? And then the kraken trainer will signal the kraken to go after the ship that is going to potentially try to pillage them in some sort of way. That is defensive maneuvers. While I understand there is a very thin line between defense and attack, there is still a line. It does not seem like the government is taking these krakens just to solely annihilate all pirates because they're pirates. They use these krakens to defend their products to make sure the pirates aren't over here trying to steal from them. Yeah, we're all trying to live life. Yes, pirates have lives too, but you knew what you were getting into. So I'm like, basically the pirate's trying to tell her, this pirate captain over here, this pirate queen over here, is trying to tell the little kraken girl, oh, you're just a bunch of hypocrites because you and your kraken trainers kill us pirates all the time. But there is still a line of difference, a very big line of difference between them. when it's shown that the pirates will just kill somebody to kill somebody because they don't agree. Well, it seems like the people and the government who are in charge of distributing these Krakens are doing it for defensive purposes because they're tired of getting their shit stolen all the time. I am sorry, but I cannot understand how this girl just automatically was like, yes, Pirate Queen's white. She didn't think about it. She didn't struggle with the idea. She didn't like stop to think, oh yes, this means my mother is evil. No, she just automatically goes, oh yes, the queen over here must be right. Pirate Queen over here must be totally correct. She can't be wrong at all. She can't be trying to manipulate me. She has fairly good points, but she never tries to think about, in the system in which she was raised, never tries to counteract that with the philosophy that she has grown up on. And that just boggles my mind. Now, I understand, maybe she does truly believe that the Pirate Queen is right, but I wanted to see more of a mental battle where this girl was actually struggling to combat what she has been raised on for 18 years versus this new philosophy that she is being taught by the pirates. She struggles none at all. She just willingly accepts and then just is like, oh, I must be a bad guy and a murderer because I raised Krakens and I was in like went along with all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the Pirate Queen's white. I'm like, do you know who you're listening to when they're telling you that? Like, you're not gonna question this woman. This woman just like a second ago told you that she would murder you, and you're just gonna take her word for it. Like, she has your best interest at heart. Okay. Next thing that kind of was like for me in this book is this has a romance in it, a lesbian romance. We have our main character, Kraken Girl, and then we have Pirate Captain Jr. over here, this other female. And this Pirate Captain Jr. is in charge of Kraken Girl and watching over her and making sure that she's doing what the captain orders, right? So we see their relationship kind of grow and falter and then become friends, but not really friends. Now, I didn't really like their relationship. It was filled with too much angst for me to deal with. I did not like Pirate Captain Jr. I just felt like she was too hot and cold. Like, I was like, what is going on? Do you like the girl? Do you not like the girl? Get it together, because you're just acting like a crazy person. Yes, I understand you have a lot of emotions. Yes, I understand this is a tough experience for you too. But you can't just be acting sporadically all the time. Be nice and smiling one day, but the next day try to like threaten the person and like almost kill them. Like, I'm sorry, that's not healthy. That's not, I'm not for that. I wasn't seeing it. Like, I wanted to see their love, but I was just like, I can see you two are attracted to each other, but I'm just not buying into it. I wasn't buying into their romance. I was just like, you people still need to grow. I didn't like the main character because I didn't like how she changed philosophy every 5 seconds the moment someone told her, no, your old philosophy is wrong. She never thought for herself. Everyone else thought for her. I did not like her love interest, Pirate Captain Jr., because I did not like how hot and cold she was. I did not like how we never really got a feel for her as a character, other than here's one side of her and here's another side of her. She wasn't presented as a good love interest, and she wasn't, the two different sides of her weren't really pulled together into one person to show how these two very different types of people could be the same person. Like, I couldn't see these two different faces that she was showing being the same person, even though this book was telling me that. Overall, I think the only good lesson I learned in this book was when Trainer over here tells Pirate Captain Jr., I do not want to get in a relationship with you because we are not equals. I am a hostage and you are the one keeping me hostage. We are not equals. We are never going to be equals in this relationship as long as our titles remain as such. And I will not enter into a relationship where I am lesser than you and where we are not standing on equal ground. That was gold. That was the only lesson that I learned in this book that I was like, yes, that is an important thing to realize, because you need to be equals in a relationship. Do you need to be exact same? No. Do you have to like know everything the same? No. Do you have to have the exact same intelligence, the exact same brawn, the exact same talents? No. But you do need to be equals in your relationship. That is very important. You need to be on equal footing. You can't have one up here above you and you down here below. no, that is not a good place to start a relationship. That's going to cause you problems in the end, because that's going to make everything more complicated for you. So that was a good lesson, okay? That was a very good lesson to be taught, that you need to be equals in your relationship. Yes, I'm all for that. Everything else was crap. I did not like the main character. I did stuff going on in this book, but again, it was just kind of there for you to see. I was more worried about disliking the characters. I think if the characters were a little bit more well-rounded, there was a little more personality to them, they really thought for themselves on occasions, this book would be a lot better. It did have some interesting premises. It was interesting to see the growth of one of these kraken creatures, where it was in the wild and not contained and trained by professionals. That was very interesting. Those sort of concepts that I hadn't really seen before, those are interesting. But in the end, because I could not get along with these characters, I just could not enjoy this book, and I ended up only liking one sentence and one small concept out of a whole entire book. And for me, that's not a good thing. If I only like one concept out of your whole book, you could have been any other book with that concept and I would have loved it more. But that is my book opinion. If you have read this book, The Abyss Surrounds Us, and you have some sort of feelings about it, comment down below and let me know. If you have read this book before and you disagree with me, comment down below and let me know. I'm always willing to see new perspectives. Again, I have one way of reading, everyone else has another. That's why I call these opinions. So what's your opinion? Explain it to me. Why do you disagree? If you like what you're seeing, click all the bunnies down below. Goodbye, internet.